When I went to the doctors, they recommended me a few places to go. That's where I found Castlegate. Once I applied there, I was put on a 6-month waiting list, which just shows the volume of the situation. Either that there are too little counsellors, or there are far too many people affected by depression coming to apply for these places. The feeling of exclusion for me made the severity of the illness worse, all while I was waiting 6 months to be treated. I feel like when you have a mental illness, people don't treat you the same as if you have a physical illness, because you really have nothing to show for it. And they have such high expectations of you which you maybe can't live up to, but they can't see that, they can't see into your mind. I had depression.
Most of us have heard of depression. We know what it consists of. We can probably say the same for
anxiety,
bipolar,
anorexia.
But what about mental health issues like
OCD,
borderline personality disorder,
schizophrenia,
post-traumatic stress disorder?
But how much
OCD, or obsessive-compulsive disorder, is an anxiety disorder where the sufferer experiences constant unwanted thoughts such as irrational thoughts and fears, known as obsessions, which cause repetitive behaviours and rituals to be carried out to reduce anxiety. These are known as compulsions and greatly impact day-to-day life. Rituals may look like cleaning, constantly checking things over, counting, praying, hoarding, and demanding reassurance from others.
If you know someone dealing with OCD, simple tasks such as being patient, staying calm and checking locks for them can really help. Also, you can encourage them to challenge compulsions where appropriate and reassure them that an obsessive thought doesn't mean anything.
Borderline personality disorder is a personality disorder where someone experiences intense, uncontrollable emotions, patterns of troublesome relationships, and a disturbed sense of self or identity. People may live with a fear of abandonment and being alone, a feeling of neglection, and a chronic feeling of emptiness or boredom. They may also experience dissociative symptoms such as depersonalization, which is experienced as a vague dreamlike state with a detached feeling regarding one's mind and body. Dialectical behavioural therapy, or DBT, is treatment designed specifically for borderline personality disorder and involves individual and group therapy to manage intense and difficult feelings.
It is important to be patient and calm with a BPD sufferer and learn their triggers as well as plan ahead. This way, you can prepare yourself for difficult episodes. It is also crucial to think about how you could keep them safe and remind them of their positive traits.
1 in 100 people will develop schizophrenia at some point in their lifetime. A sufferer will experience hallucinations such as hearing voices and delusions where they believe something that is proven to be untrue. They experience unusual and disturbing thoughts and emotions. Although most don't actually have a split personality and are not violent, schizophrenia holds the highest rate of suicides among mental illnesses. With improving medication and understanding, schizophrenia is now more treatable than ever before.
Schizophrenia is a condition that causes a large amount of stress for the sufferer. To help with this, you can plan ahead for more difficult times, notice what's going well and focus on feelings, not experiences.
PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, is where traumatic events that the sufferer has experienced, such as prolonged abuse or military combat, are relived through nightmares, hallucinations and flashbacks. 1 in 3 people who have experienced traumatic events will have PTSD. This results in feelings of isolation, irritability and guilt, as well as insomnia and concentration issues.
You can help someone with PTSD by giving them time to talk at their own pace and not making assumptions about how they feel. You can also avoid crowding them and allow them to be upset.
It's sad, isn't it? That 1 in 6 people over the age of 16 have a common mental health disorder. And 20% of children have a common mental health disorder. And mental health is still a taboo subject. 9 out of 10 people who have a mental health disorder have experienced discrimination. And people with mental health disorders who have faced discrimination often say it makes it more difficult for them to find work, to stay in relationships, and to live in suitable housing. Humanity's misunderstanding of mental health disorders are putting more people's lives at risk. Because of this, many people are judging people off stereotypes that we've heard of mental health, and this is leading more people to self-harm. Self-harm is a short-term pain relief. It allows people to detach themselves from their horrors. It's an escape. In some cases, this discrimination has been serious enough to lead people to suicidal thoughts. In fact, about 20% of people experience these thoughts at some point in their life. Worse still, more and more suicides are being committed every year because of the amount of self-loathing a person with a mental health disorder is suffering. In 2013, 6,233 people committed suicide in the UK over the age of 15. 78% are male, 22% are female. There are a lack of people who seem to pay any attention to mental health, and the public are the only ones that can change that. Do you now realise that mental health disorders aren't going to go away the more you ignore them? How many suicide attempts does it take for the public to notice and take action? Help someone you know, even someone you don't know. Show to them that they're not alone. It's time to end the stigma. Open your eyes.